we just have a good rhythm together, you know. He sort of feels me out, I feel him out, and we go for it.
Hello,
and welcome to the worst idea of all time. This freight train stops for no one, not even my co-host Guy Montgomery.
You are wrong. I am starting this week's episode.
It's the Tim Bat Express.
No. Hello and fuck you if your name is Tim Bat. I'm Guy Montgomery, the chairman of the worst idea of all time, and I've just watched Sex and the City by myself.
Chairman of the board, B-O-R-E-D.
That's a Norm Macdonald bit, and you know it.
It's no lie.
Hey, Tim, I'm going to ask you a question I don't care about the answer to. How are you?
Okay. Wow. There's no way to answer that the way you've phrased it. I'm going to ask you a question I genuinely want the answer to. How is your partner who's been very ill recently? Is she feeling any better?
She's feeling a little bit better. Well enough that she came through to the lounge where I was watching Sex and the City just in time to watch the movie end. And I sort of lured her, and I had a duvet on the couch, and I lured her down to the couch. And then as the credits rolled, I took the remote, I put on Sex and the City 2, and I've now left the room with the remotes, and she's still kind of too frail to do anything about it. So she's just against her will watching Sex and the City 2 in the lounge right now.
It's not right. I don't understand why you would do that to someone you love.
Yeah.
But then again, if you haven't seen it 50-something times...
Big and Carrie are currently at the big gay wedding meeting a couple who can't believe they're not having children. Does that bring memories flooding back?
That's early.
Here she comes.
She's got a long ways to go.
She's got a real furious look on her face. She's trying to find the remote. How are you, darling?
You're a little shit.
There was a bit of playful anger there, but also a bit of genuine anger. So it's a wonderful morning to be Guy. Where are you? Paint a picture.
So, me, Tim Bat.
Yeah, you.
At my parents' place in
Hey,
the
nice.
nation's capital. I'm shirtless and unshowered and unfettered.
What's on your bottom half?
Jeans. Some light jeans. They got a rip in them.
What the
I
hell?
got these jeans. I got these jeans brand new for like... What?
Why are you shirtless and wearing jeans? It's 9:30 in the morning, so everyone knows, by the way.
It's kind of warm in the room, and I've got headphones on, so it's sort of hard to put a t-shirt on over that.
You could have put the t-shirt on before you put on the headphones.
Why would you? Why would you do it? Sometimes you just gotta smash out Sex and the City. And
did you watch all of Sex and the City in jeans and no top?
No, I have to confess I did watch half of it last night. I did my festival show, and then did a lineup show after that, and then got home at about midnight and cranked out half of it, and then had to get up very early this morning and watch the rest of it.
Oh my God. You make me sick. Got me lit like a candlestick. Can't get enough of it. You got me going again, baby. You got me going again. You make me sick.
Did you do it all in one bite yourself?
I did. I got up at 7 a.m. I watched the Netflix edit, which is to say 2 hours and 20 minutes missing the Halloween scene, the Halloween dream, I call it, and the extended fashion parade in Carrie's walk-in. Tim, I was born in Manhattan in the year 1962 on March 21st. I'm the son of Patricia and James. Who am I?
1962. You are Samantha Jones.
In 1987, I was driving a rented BMW in Enniskillen, Northern Ireland.
Fuck. Cynthia Nixon? She's got red hair. That's Irish.
No, I'm not.
Boy.
I'm not Cynthia Nixon.
Any
In
more clues?
1994,
Are we done
I was the
here?
voice of adult Simba in popular Disney film The Lion King?
Adult Simba. I only remember Jonathan Taylor Thomas was young Simba. Adult Simba was... Crap, I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know.
You can do this. Come on.
Are we done here?
No, we're not done until you get it right.
Clues.
You want more clues?
Yeah,
in 1997, I married actress Sarah Jessica Parker in Manhattan's Lower East Side.
I see. We're back on the Broderick buzz. Oh, wait. Is that what you were saying about the car thing? That's fucking awful. We don't talk about that, guy. And we have talked about us not talking about it before.
I was just giving you the clues I had in front of me. I don't write the quizzes.
Mate, you do, though. This is the thing. You do write the quizzes in this particular case.
I don't write the quizzes. I just read what's in front of me.
All right, mate. I got one for you.
Go ahead.
I was born in Christchurch in 1987. Who am I?
Tim Bat.
Yeah. Fuck all, y'all. I actually wish I did have one to hand, but I don't have any devices on me. And I feel
Tim,
like
how come we never talk about the way that Samantha grabbed Smith Jarrett's dick?
At what point? When did she grab his dick?
He presents her with a very carefully
it's a jewelry box.
Yeah. She doesn't know that.
Oh. No, I think she does.
No.
This is why we haven't talked about it.
She doesn't know.
All right, I'm going to pull up the tape. I've got the thing.
You don't need to pull up the tape. Just take my word for it. Here arrives. He says it's a happy anniversary. He's got what appears to be an erection at a right angle from his body, and she's excited. So far, I like what I see. She takes her right hand, reaches across her body and into that sort of, you know, when you're wearing jockeys and there's that like air. What's that for? When you take a piss, Tim, if you're wearing jockeys like those, do you lift? Do you put your penis out of the weird like slit that is in the side of the jockeys where Samantha's hand reaches for Smith Jarrett's dick? Do you?
But not often.
It just occurred to me, I never use that. I go over the top of the underpant. But is that what that sort of slit or flap is for?
I presume so. It might be airflow. I don't know. I don't make underwear for a living. But I reckon it's probably the piss thing, right?
I don't know.
It's got to be the piss thing. I reckon it's the piss thing. But it is weird. I wonder how many men do use it for that.
It's an interesting question. I mean, to me, right now, that's not to say this will hold up outside of the confines of the podcast, but it's got my brain burning.
Okay. You've never once used it like that.
No. I haven't even thought about it. I haven't even thought about the fact that there's this whole extra bit in our underpants that goes unused.
Maybe it's to get hand jobs in emergency anniversary situations.
Hey.
As displayed by Samantha Jones and
now
Smith
you're
Garrett.
thinking like a Sex and the City fan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so now that we've solved that mystery, what do you think of the way she reaches, assuming she is reaching for his penis? What do you think of that?
I want to engage with you in this fantasy land you've created, Guy, but in my heart of hearts, I believe Samantha Jones knows pretty early on that there's a gift in there for her that is non-biological. It's pretty her
whole thing is assuming everything.
His dick.
That's true.
You know, she's seen it. She's been around it. It's been around her for the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
You get to know a dick.
Probably 4 years at that moment, because later in the movie, she says, I've given it 5 years.
How I'd be able to recognize you, even if you're in big underwear.
How would you recognize me? What's my identifying trait?
There's that big dick I'm used to. Height, your body shape, and the gait of your walk. Those three things combined, I reckon I could pick you in the lineup if you were fully shrouded.
Do you think I've got a distinct gait?
Everyone does. by not having a distinct gait, that in itself is distinctive, you know?
That might be true. Do you know how I'd identify you, Tim?
How's that?
I wouldn't be able to pick you out of a lineup of 100, you boring little fuck.
Oh, look at that. I got sassed.
You got licked. You got licked, brother.
I got owned by a fellow frosty fella. Fuck, man. What even was your watch this time, though, emotionally? I don't care about the physical realm.
Get some sleep, groomie.
You took to Twitter today.
Briefly, I was looking for respite, man. Big Jill Carey again.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, they get together at the end. Chelsea came in right as they were in the walk-in wardrobe at the fancy apartment when she was picking up the shoes before leaving. And Big proposes. And she said, do you know, if Carrie said no, this would be a perfect movie. And while I disagree with half of that statement, I also agree that it would be an improved movie.
Yeah.
How do
we make this movie better?
It wouldn't all be for nothing then, is my feeling, as it currently is.
If you could recut the footage that we have existing already, do you think you could cut like a pretty good 90-minute film out of it?
Do you know what I would not do that? I would cut a film designed only for you and I, where I would consecutively cut all of... so instead of having the stories overlapping as they do, I'd do it where we deal with Samantha's storyline in one go, Miranda's storyline in one go, Charlotte's storyline in one go, and we'd cut out Carrie's storyline completely. We'd only see Carrie as a featured player in the prominent storylines of other characters. And I reckon in doing that, we've probably shaved... I'd say we'd be watching a 50-minute film.
Yeah.
And Carrie,
stronger too.
And it would be interesting because what you'd see is these other women talking about their lives and problems, and then you'd sort of see Carrie just, drifting in to talk about her own problems over her friends and not listening to them. And instead of following those threads of story and finding out the bigger context of those problems, you'd just be sitting there thinking, wow, they got to cut this Carrie character, or at least friend, from their lives because she's a bad friend. That would really shine a light on how shit of a friend Carrie is.
Can I share some feelings with you right now?
Is it about what I just said, or is it unrelated? Because I'd really like to talk about what I've just said.
No, it is. It is related to what you just said. I just have to tell you, I feel so agitated talking about this film today because it's like I went to all the trouble of watching it again. And now it feels wrong that we have to discuss it.
No, but we have to.
I feel very angry about that fact.
It's imperative. Okay. It's imperative.
We're dealing with a 50-minute film dealing with just the gals' individual threads. Samantha wouldn't get a lot of screen time. I guess none of them kind of do.
That's the beauty of it.
Don't you think she'd miss out, though?
It's imperative. It's comparative. It's the narrative. It's my friend Tim.
Oh, no. We're really...
No, we're not going anywhere. You're going to tell me about it. Do you think the movie's better or worse for it? Do you think that this would highlight how much of a shit person Carrie Bradshaw is?
Hey, there's no escaping the fact that reducing the duration of this film is good. It is a universal good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, reducing the amount of Carrie Bradshaw would be phenomenal. She's the most detestable character in the whole tally play.
Worse than Mr. Big?
Write her out. Imagine if you know how they floated the idea in Sex and the City 3 of Big dying? How fucking bold would it be to kill Carrie and do a whole movie about that? Like she dies at the start.
It would be a sensation.
You'd go to that, eh? That'd be a real cultural moment. Everyone would just be so confused.
Okay, actually, this is a question I'm interested in. They do what say, bury the rumors. Sex and the City 3 does get made. It gets a cinema release. Do you go to watch Sex and the City 3 at the cinema?
Of course. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, we'd go together.
I'd be there in a heartbeat.
I'd like to think. Yeah, we'd have to. You'd owe it to yourself, wouldn't you, to see what happens next?
Yeah.
The summer smash hit movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He plays out the fun-filled fantasies of the typical teenager or the ex-teenager. Take a look.
This is my 9th sick day this semester. It's getting pretty tough coming up with new illnesses. If I go for 10, I'm probably going to have to barf up a lung. So I better make this one count.
What's up, man?
Dude, that sounds like such hot garbled mess through your fucking Bluetooth thing. And good God. The only reason why I know it's Ferris Bueller is because of I recognize the music.
It's a great 1985 interview with a young Matthew Broderick on CBS about Ferris Bueller.
Fucking happened to that guy. It must suck to peak that early. Maybe we have, though, to be fair.
We haven't peaked.
And we did not reach.
Some people
didn't reach the heights of a big film.
Some people don't peak.
Yeah, true.
Some people
Do you reckon you've peaked?
Absolutely.
Oh no!
Not.
Fuck,
Gotcha. Puncture.
Very
Puncture.
good. Guy, I need to talk to you about something. It's important.
Try me.
It's my shining light. Well, no, it's not my shining light. It's just an interesting point. I'll pick something else for the shining light. When the gals are consoling Carrie in Mexico at the restaurant, and it's just before when Carrie says, "When will I ever laugh again?" Mm-hmm. And Miranda says, "Yes." And she says, when something is really funny. Behind Miranda, there is a dude in a blue shirt, and it's like the extra changes, the actor portraying this background character, but the shirt remains the same. Same blue shirt, two different guys wearing it. They hot swap an actor out.
I'm interested in this only because not this week, but not this screening, but the last screening, I was looking out in the background for green shirt because we see a guy in a green, and you know, I don't know that you and I see eye to eye on color all the time because we're probably talking about the same guy. But when they arrive in the room separate to the restaurant, there's like a small dance floor going on, and there's a guy in a green shirt dancing with his partner. Then when they sit down, when they cross shoot the table, so you see, you know, singles on all the gals talking at the table. In the background of various different frames, we see various different gentlemen wearing various different versions of a very similar green shirt. Like 3 guys are wearing green shirts at this restaurant that night. And
oh my God, this is the new dress thing, isn't it? What are the 2 colors of that dress? Brown and yellow or something? One of them is the guy in the couple who is later abused by Miranda because she says, I think we're on their honeymoon. And she goes, yeah, it's all so hot 3 days in. By the way, that line's always irritated me because I think Miranda needs to just, you know, I understand that she's upset, but it bothers me that she would antagonize people who are just, you know, they don't know what's going on in the table next to them. They're just trying to enjoy their honeymoon. Yes, it is a pretty grotesque display of PDA, but they're just trying to get, you know, they're in love. Let them have their moment in the sun, please. You don't have to bring down everyone else's vibe. But if I sat through that meal knowing that my experience of being cheated on and not necessarily abandoned, but having my marriage dissolve, you know, with a child involved in the situation, had been, it seems to me, the only day that experience had any currency as a group conversation amongst the friends was the day after it happened. And as soon as they talked about it once at a meal, everyone was like, wow, way to go, team. We really helped solve that problem for Miranda. Now we can all get back to our own lives and problems. So she's sitting through a meal where everyone is just jostling to be heard with their own problems that are so minor in comparison to hers. This guy's like, fair enough, Miranda. Fucking, if you can't blow up at your friends because they all suck and they're not going to respond, tee off at anyone. I get it. You're angry and you have every right to be. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. But again, there are innocent bystanders who are copping it from that.
I agree.
Wonder.
Not the best outlet for her anger, but also I can see this week I saw where it was coming from. And all of that to say, I think there is a little
that's good.
There's a little more mystery to this green-blue shirt, multiple costuming snafu than either of us have found out so far. So next screening, we should both keep an eye to that. And that next screening actually is going to be this Sunday, ahead of our live show at Whammy Bar at 3 p.m. in Auckland City. Tickets still available.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? I pulled up the scene. I've been watching while I've been listening to you, and I can see where I've gone wrong here. But man, in terms of like shooting, it's very dumb what they've decided to do. It's at an hour and 6 minutes and a half by
into
our
the director's cut,
usual director's cut edition, and over the shoulder of Carrie, when they're in a slightly wide shot, there's a guy in a turquoise shirt over her right shoulder, and then they punch in to Carrie, and over that same shoulder is a different guy in the same shirt. I'm fucking onto something here, man. They're different people.
Are you sure that he's at the same table? Are you sure we're dealing with the same extra and the angle hasn't slightly changed?
It's actually quite hard to tell, but it's the exact same shirt. It fucking looks like two different guys to me. It must be the same guy, but the way they've shot this is...
There's every chance it is two different guys. It's...
In the same shirt? What kind
I'm
of
telling
nonsense
you,
was going on in the costume department?
I reckon that they didn't bring enough shirts. And so they said, we're just going to have to... No one's going to notice. We're just going to have to put 3 of our male extras in the same shirt, and we'll just shoot around it.
It's funny because that doesn't make sense either, because then presumably there's some shirtless dude who would see every now and then.
No.
Otherwise, why wouldn't you just remove them from the shot?
Well, yes, on the cutting room floor, there is footage of 2 guys. Like, if you watch the entire scene in the wide shot, you will see 1 green shirt being rotated amongst 3 guys. So 2 different roving shirtless guys in frame, and 1 green shirt doing the rounds. But they very cleverly edited it, so it's just slightly confusing.
Yeah, they're very good at editing. I'm only mildly baffled by what's happened here.
You just got a text.
Hey, I wrote down my shining light.
Congrats.
I didn't think I did, but I did. Can I share it with you? You seem so disinterested.
Go for it.
It's Miranda, who makes 3 expressions inside of a 2-second period when Big isn't at the wedding venue and it gets revealed. The way she contorts her face, because it's such good acting. She goes from, oh my God, this is really bad, this is like horrifying. Or okay, here's the scope of the reaction. It's, that's weird. Oh my God, I think he's not coming. And then catching herself with that horrified realization on her face, she then has to correct it for Carrie. So then she goes back to like a feigned normalcy. And it happens all within 2 seconds. It's fucking brilliant, man. It's really strong face acting.
That's what acting is. Acting is reacting. There are no small parts, only
Guy's dingus.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your shining light then?
Apologize.
I apologize for my earlier comment. It was in bad taste and it is untrue.
What comment? Be specific.
That there are no small parts, only Guy's dingus.
Thank you. Do you know another moment that was really good acting, Tim?
Go on.
Was it's after actually arguably the worst piece of acting, which is when Charlotte decks her pants. It's when the other 3 women laugh hysterically at this tragedy that's befallen their friend.
Yeah,
and it's
tragedy.
It's the audio. This is going to sound controversial, but for me, what makes this such a good bit of acting is a combination of the audio and the visual. Can I say that?
Oh my God. Where are we at?
I'm
with
telling
what
you.
bit? With her?
They're all of
sorry.
them.
Go on.
Samantha, Miranda, and Carrie are all laughing hysterically, loudly, and for up to 10 seconds. The laughs don't feel forced. It feels genuine. They all do a really good job of selling the fact that this is as funny as they are reacting to it being. And it's no mean feat. It helps sell what is otherwise a very dodgy bit of acting when they do that slow zoom on Charlotte's face. God knows what the director was telling her when she was pretending to shit herself. But it was
Mattress
really...
Pikelet had just done a mountain of cocaine and said, I want to make one of those 80s comedies, but only very briefly, i.e. a single shot. We're going to have Charlotte shit her pants. We're going to put this camera on a dolly, and we're going to do one of those slow zooms that they do for the reaction shot to sell like a... I don't even know. Who would the... It's like a Chris Farley bit or something, you know?
Yeah.
Something you'd expect in Tommy Boy.
And they did it.
They did it. They fucking went to town on it.
My man.
There's no place in this movie. I'm just so angry about talking about Sex and the City is where I'm at today. It feels unfair, and I'm fucking furious about it. Ropeable.
Yeah, look, that's totally fair enough. One thing we also haven't really spoken about, and I know you don't want to talk about it because it's in the movie, but we're going to have a crack. And I'm sort of really flip-flopping on my feelings towards Miranda in this film today, but we haven't really addressed how little respect Miranda has for illegal Cuban cigars. Yeah. Sometimes when you share a stray observation with your co-host on the podcast, you want to hear a laugh of recognition or a moment where they go, hey, yeah, that is an interesting thing to bring up. Or, yeah, I hadn't really looked at it from that angle before. One of the last things I think you want to hear is the second half of an exhausted yawn.
I am not being a good partner to you, and I'm sorry for letting you down. Is Miranda even out there?
Not when Harry and everyone agrees that you can't beat an illegal Cuban cigar after dinner. No.
Yeah.
She's not out there then. But that's not to say she couldn't at least share some of their respect and joy for an illegal Cuban cigar. Because she goes out. These are freshly lit. These are so freshly lit that Harry is still reveling in the joy that he and others experience from having an illegal Cuban cigar after dinner. I don't know how much these cigars cost, but they're not cheap. They're illegally imported. They're black market fodder. She walks out about 10 seconds into a party of four friends enjoying an illegal Cuban cigar at the best possible time, aka after dinner, and she shoos them inside. I know she's got some personal stuff to talk about with Steve, but she does not have control over the entranceway to a public space. How about you walk 10 to 15 meters down the fucking road and have your private conversation away from the bright lights and the crowds of people who have every right to stand where they're standing enjoying an illegal Cuban cigar? That seems to me like a reasonable course of action. But to just assume ownership of this area...
so with you on this.
And wave everyone inside as though they all... I know, people have got things that they need to deal with in their lives, but it is no one else's responsibility to know or care about the intricacies of what is happening with you in that moment. They're just trying to have a night out. They've been at the rehearsal dinner. Other people don't even know who Miranda is. She's standing there... like she's been hired by the venue to clear the space so that she can have her own private conversations. It's bullshit.
I truly believe that if I was in her shoes, I would take it elsewhere. I really think that. Even in the depths of the horrible situation that they're in, I still think that I would have the presence of mind of others around me at a party to be like, you know what? We don't need to fucking blow up this stogie spot. Let's take this a couple of blocks southbound.
You just don't blow up the stogie spot. And I hate cigars. But you just don't blow up the stogie spot.
It's a special thing. Stogies aren't out all the time. It's special occasions. Big boy shit, you know? God damn it.
Well,
do you not like them though, Guy?
No, I hate them. I hate the smell of them. I hate the taste of them.
Oh, I quite like a cigar. I've never, ever been a cigarette smoker. Never really understood it, to be honest. Let's get into that. I've never really got, to be honest, like how you become a cigarette smoker, because I haven't become one myself.
Well, it's highly addictive, and it looks cool, and it's an easy way to fit in. It's a great way to meet people. I've never been a cigarette smoker either.
It's that, but it's there is a moment at the start of every smoker's smoking career where they weren't a smoker before, and they were like, "Hey, this fucking cancerous stick of death looks like a bit of me." And often they have to like power through the first one, and it's like, I just what are you up to? Why are you doing that?
That's true of beer as well, though. No one enjoys their first beer.
True.
You know it's bad for you. You have to choose to ignore that information to power through to the idea of it one day being enjoyable. It might happen when it's too late, and all of a sudden beer is so enjoyable that you can't enjoy life without beer. The same way with cigarettes. But, the first time you're going into that, you're not doing it for the immediate response you're going to get out of it. You're doing it because of either you think it looks cool, or you like the idea of it, or, you like the idea of one day enjoying it.
But I just can't escape the feeling that there's enough information out there now, and has been for the last 20 years, to be like, hey, or nah. Because with beer, you can enjoy a beer, but cigarettes, it seems like... I say this often, cigarettes do not get their due in terms of how much people enjoy them. People always talk about the harm, and they always forget that people smoke them because it's fun. Like, people enjoy a cig, and I get that. But it's the kick-off point that I find it difficult to reconcile about a lot, not everyone, but a lot of people, it's crazy addictive, super expensive, real bad for your health, and you're just like, this seems good. It seems like a cool and fabulous thing to be doing. I don't know, man.
I'm with you.
I've never got it personally.
I agree. I think it's weird. It's a hard and weird thing to get into, but I also think that they do not get their due credit. If they weren't enjoyable, people wouldn't be smoking them.
It's true. There's no getting away from that fact. None. No potential way.
I crave a cigarette the same way I crave a can of Coke.
Do you still crave a can of Coke?
I have never drank a can of Coke in my life, but the branding and the marketing materials around it is so strong that I'll see someone drinking it and I'll be like, oh man, I would kill for one of those.
I keep forgetting that about you. That is a really interesting quirk of your personhood, that you've never had a Coca-Cola.
I've drunk sips of Coca-Cola, other people's Coca-Cola. I've never had a whole Coca-Cola. I've never bought myself a drink of Coca-Cola.
And it's not for any particular reason, right?
Growing up, I didn't like the fizz. It's the same reason, to be honest, it's the same reason I don't smoke cigarettes. I never got into it when I was younger and it was cool. And then now I'm an adult and I've avoided that vice. I'm like, well, why would I start now? I got enough on as it is.
Coke's got some good shit in it, though. It's got a lot of sugar and it's got a lot of caffeine. And it's cold. So if you need a coffee, but it's a hot day, Coke's there for you.
Nah, it's got too much sugar in it.
Yeah, it's true.
I like a lovely LaCroix. LaCroix?
What can you see yourself doing with the rest of today? To take yourself back and really restore goodness in your life after this devastating kickoff?
Well, I'm pretty confident that I have still slightly ill and now annoyed partner. So I will. I look forward to hanging out, and then I'll go for a run. I'll do some work. I'm going to watch a bunch of comedy shows tonight. I mean, I will live. Well, do you know what's actually awful? I was going to say I'll live secure in the knowledge I've got 3 days off from Sex and the City, but I don't. Today's Friday. I'll get tomorrow off. I'll get the rest of today off, and then come Sunday, bang, Monty and Tim back at the wheel.
In front of a live studio audience after we've watched it. We won't watch it in front of you. That's fucked up. That's not a live event. That's just bad art, I think.
Yeah. Not like this podcast.
That's a exhibition. Yeah.
All right, my man. What are you going to do? Because we're ending this conversation.
It really does feel like it. Look, all I've got on my mind is having a shower and leaving this house and probably pursuing coffee being poured down my throat.
All right, much love and respect, brother. See you later.
Oh, hey, listen, everyone, if you're in Auckland, you got to come. You got to come to this live show, truly, or else it is for nothing. It's happening on Sunday. It's probably already been. You're probably listening to this late. But look, if you could come, if you could bring a friend, that'd be so good. It's just $15. If you go to littleempirepodcast.com/live, the link is there. And if you're listening from one of the following cities, Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, or Portland, Oregon, you also have live shows coming up in the month of June. So please go to littleempirepodcast.com/live. Check it out. See if it's for you. I love you. I hate this movie. I hate talking about it. But I'll keep doing it for a little bit longer. Guy, I'm sorry I wasn't a good podcast partner to you.
I ended this episode about half an hour ago.
We just have a good rhythm together, you know. He sort of feels me out, I feel him out, and we go for it.